Okay, we're going to do a hive inspection. This is our new hive. It's been almost 4 weeks, and we're going to go in and do a thorough inspection. Saturday we went in and added this nice clear inner cover. So being new beekeepers, the worst thing is every single day you're wondering, how are my bees doing? You can't see inside the hive. It's really frustrating. So got this clear cover so we can actually see what's going on without bothering the bees. So we can lift the lid off and look at them and not disturb them. Gonna give them a little bit of smoke. That'll cause them to go down into the frames and not be quite so crazy. Okay, kids.
Wow, they really did.
Oh yeah, they scoot right out of the way. Okay, normally I go in just to do a quick check, but today we're going to look at every single frame. Looks like, oh,
That wasn't very nice.
don't want to drip water into the hive. Looks like they've eaten all of the syrup we put on Saturday, so we'll refill that while we're here. Oh, and they've glued the feeder down. Okay, you guys sit there for now.
Make sure no bees are in it.
We'll put it on here so the bees can get in and out. This pollen patty, it's just a substitute. Got a little bit of sugar and plant protein to, oh, squish bee.
Oh dear.
So it can feed the bees when they don't have enough pollen coming in.
Should you smoke those that were under that?
Yes, I'm going to as soon as I take these boards off.
Okay.
Little spacers to hold the feeder up off of the hive so that the bees can get in and out from under it. Give it a little more smoke here. Watch them scurry. Now it's been, oh gosh, what, 26 days since we started the hive. We put a package of bees in there, which contains 3 pounds of bees of all ages. And it takes them a while to get going. So this is a synthetic honeycomb that we put in. They haven't done anything to that one yet. But we put the bees in a little bit of pollen in this one. No eggs, nothing else going on in that one. But when we first installed the bees, the queen was in a cage. Took her about 3 days to get out of that cage. Nothing on this one. Oh, well, now those bees are loose. Feeder just fell off. Okay, so we're gonna take all these out and clean out the extra honeycomb that they've been building where they didn't really need it. Okay, they're starting to build honeycomb on this one. I see some syrup in there, no eggs. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scrape off this extra honeycomb. Here, let's get these bees off of this frame.
Oh, that's better.
Okay, girls, move. This extra frame that they built, I left too much space between the frames the first day, and of course they decided to fill that space up with honeycomb, and so I'm just going to take it away from them. Got a can over here that this extra honeycomb goes in. Now they can go in and finish cleaning that up. Ow. But like I started to say, we put the bees in 26 days ago. It takes about 3 days for the queen to get out. If she starts laying eggs immediately, it takes 3 days for the eggs to hatch, and then they become larvae. They're larvae for 6 days, and then they become pupa, and they cover up their little cell that they're in with beeswax.
They cover it up?
Yes.
Oh, the baby?
No, the baby doesn't.
Oh.
The adults do.
Gotcha.
The nurse bees do.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And then they're under that's called a capped cell for 12 days. They're larvae for 6 days. Oh, this is heavy.
It's full of bees. Look
It's
at
full
this
of-
side.
Oh, look at that. Okay, so this frame, lots of syrup. We got some pollen in there. So they're filling this one up with, it's called resources. Pollen and nectar if they have it. They've got some nectar coming in. Most of what they're filling up with is the syrup that we've been feeding them. Oh, sorry girls. We're gonna scrape all this. This is called burr comb. It's just extra honeycomb that they build in spaces that they think it should be, but I don't. So it comes off. Okay. They don't seem to want to give it up. Let me smoke them a little bit again. Alrighty. Now, these two frames should have eggs and brood and maybe even a queen if I can get it loose. There we go. So we're going to be real careful.
I haven't been bumped yet. Wow.
Okay, all those spaces in the middle, I need to get to where I can see.
Okay, now.
Got to be careful, the queen could be on this frame. I forgot to take my glasses off, I can't really see. Do you see larvae down in the bottom of those middle cells?
No.
Those middle cells should be where we've had emerging bees. The adults, after being capped, this over on the side, these over here, that's called capped brood. There are pupa in there. In fact,
There's babies down in. Yeah, there's larvae down in there.
okay,
You
some
can
of
see right
these,
at the bottom.
some of these on the outer edge have already hatched out and they've put new eggs in and become larvae. We're looking to see if we can find any that are emerging. I don't see the queen on this frame. Lots going on. Let's see what the other side looks like. Okay, we have some cells. Oh, there's larvae in the bottom of those. They've already hatched out and maybe larvae in the bottom of those. I'm looking to see if I can find any bees actually emerging.
That must be a drone. He's bigger.
No, I think that's just an older bee. We got a lot of, they're called fuzzies. These are the newly emerged bees, like that little one right there. In fact, that one might be just coming out of that cell. I think it did. Nope, that's a capped cell underneath. But the newly emerged bees have a lot of extra hair on them, so they call them fuzzies. But this one looks like these open cells over here were some of the first that she laid, so those have already emerged. Oh, there's one emerging right there.
Oh no, that's his butt.
Right under, they keep walking over it. You can see it chewing on the wax coming out right under my, there it comes. Come on, baby.
I don't see it.
Right here. You'll see it in the replay.
No, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see him. Yeah, I see her head coming out.
Right there at the tip of the shadow.
Uh-huh.
That's a brand new one just coming out of its cell. Cool. Okay, I don't see the...
We birthed a baby. Oh, he's out now.
We have birthed... See, the population of the hive is really low right now. We started out with about 10,000 bees. At this point, we lose about over 200 a day just to old age. Bees only live about 6 weeks. So we've lost nearly half. Oh, this one's kind of heavy. Oh, lots of bees. Should be. Now that's mostly capped brood. So it looks like some of them are getting ready to come out. Some of them have come out. But we lose about over 200 a day. Now she lays anywhere up to 1,500 to 2,000 eggs a day.
Oh my goodness.
So we should start having lots of newbies now. So the population of the hive is just pretty much going to explode. Okay, we see cells with honey, with syrup in it. We see some bees.
Where's the syrup?
They're the shiny ones.
Yeah, there's one.
Okay, there's some bees in here that got their heads down in. After the adult emerges from the cell, the worker bees all go in and clean it out and get it ready for the next egg. We got lots of pupa over here, larvae over here around the edge.
Hi, Nighthawk.
Neighbor dog.
It's the neighbor dog. Oh, he took off.
Okay. I don't see the queen. There's a waggle dance going on.
I was just going to say, he's dancing. I hope I got it, because I can't see the monitor.
That bee right there is doing what's called a waggle dance. He's been out foraging, has found some good pollen or nectar, and he's telling everybody where it's at. Here's one over here with pollen on its leg.
Yeah.
Looking for a place to put the pollen.
I was wondering if we'd see a waggle dance.
Haven't seen the queen yet. Now, last time this frame had just resources in it. It's got a lot of bees on it. Oh, it's heavy. Yeah, they've been storing sugar in this one. Oh, sorry, bee. They don't like it when your finger lands on them. Yeah, this one's all, I don't see any eggs.
So this one, they built the comb?
No, this is one of the pre-drawn
Why
synthetic.
is it missing comb down here then?
One of them had a chunk out of it.
Oh, okay. Oh, waggle dance, right there. He was waggling.
I see...
Oh, lots of syrup.
Lots of syrup.
There's a pollen.
We got a little bit of pollen in there. Yeah, so this one's still pretty much just resources. They're starting to fill it up. Now that we're getting more and more bees every day, we're growing by probably 1,000 bees a day starting today. We'll see lots more use of these outer frames. Did not see a queen. That's okay. I did see larvae, so she's in there and working. Nothing on that one, so we'll leave that last frame alone.
Yeah, there's none on this side of it.
Okay, so we'll get these back in there carefully. We don't want to squish anybody, so we move them slowly, let them have room to get out of the way. Okay, kids, quit going in the crack. I could go a lot faster than that.
We're novices.
I wanted to look at this one more time.
A lot of pollen on that one. And syrup.
A lot of pollen on syrup.
I'm hoping this is getting it.
The queen does not like to lay eggs on this pre-drawn comb, so I'm going to move it.
Do you want me to hold that?
No. I'm just going to scoot this black one that they're building building more comb on. I want these black ones in the middle because she likes to lay eggs on them, and the brood, which is all the eggs and larvae and everything, should be in the center of the hive.
For protection?
It's for warmth.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Get my finger out. All right. we're still new at this, so we're in our full suits, but you know, they haven't bothered us at all. Even the one I squished or started to squish didn't try to sting me.
I haven't been bumped at all.
They're very gentle bees.
I'm amazed. That smoke does wonders.
So I'm going to put all the frames back in. And then I'm going to center them in the hive. If you leave too much space, they're going to use it to build comb. So if the space is 3/8 of an inch or so, they won't build comb in it. So that's this all designed where when everything's packed in there, it leaves about 3/8 of an inch between all of the frames, and they don't glue them all together with honeycomb. Okay, let's smoke these guys down one more time and put it back together.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Or not.
Looks like.
You're in.
No more smoke. Well, we'll give them a little bit of smoke scent anyway.
That did nothing.
Okay, so let's just, I got a clean feeder to put back on here. Try not to squish anybody in the process. Okay, everybody out of the way. Come on. Come on.
Well, I hope this is a good video because I can't see the monitor through my mask. Oh, he landed on me. Hello.
Oops, that's too far away.
He's at the top of my mask looking down at me.
I could probably do this a lot faster.
Mike.
I'm new. Oh, yep.
He was just looking at me.
They won't get out of the way. There they go. They want to be in the middle there.
B?
Yes. Okay, we'll set the new feeder. Try not to squish anybody. And we're going to fill it up with syrup. The last syrup, we put syrup in here on Saturday, and they ate it all. So I'm going to fill this thing completely full this time.
Oh, that is thick.
They are really, this is a mixture of 50% water, 50% sugar, and they love it. Right now they're building a lot of honeycomb. It takes almost a gallon of syrup to completely fill one of these frames with honeycomb. So we're going to feed them lots of syrup because right now there's not enough nectar out there for them to get enough to do all the honeycomb building they need to do.
Now, do we do this every spring?
We'll feed them every spring. Since this is a brand new package, it takes a lot more. Next year they'll have their honeycomb all built out already, so we'll feed them a little bit just until they get enough nectar flowing to sustain them. There. That'll last them a little longer. That was a full 2 liters between the 2 jugs here that I put in there.
Mountain Dew.
Don't want to overflow them. That'll give them enough for 3 or 4 more days. Hopefully a week. I don't want to go in more than a week between inspections, or less than a week. Okay, you guys. Get off of there.
Not gonna. Uh-oh.
Oops.
Squish.
Oh well, the ones that don't want to fly off, they'll get back in there.
They didn't like getting bumped.
No, they don't like, especially with no smoke. So we'll put our pollen patter. Patty, don't forget that. The newbies have really been eating this pollen patty.
Newbies. That's upside down.
Okay.
We've actually seen them carry pieces of paper off of the pollen patty out the door.
Yeah, some of the worker bees will chew the wax paper off. Boy, they are really buzzing down in there.
I can hear them, yeah.
Close it up, let them relax. They're all excited because we've been in here. So we'll put this clear cover back on.
I love that.
Later on, we'll come out and do a little video of the activity through the cover. But for now, put the cover back on. Make sure everything's nice and square.
You're over this edge.
Our biggest problem since we started this has been with robber bees. The beehives in the neighborhood, they're out searching for food too, and they smell the syrup in there, so they try to get in. And there was a couple of days when they were just overwhelming these poor guys. So to combat that, we do a couple of things. This white thing is called a robber screen. The actual entrance to the hive is down here, and it's only about a half-inch wide slit that they go in and out of. But that's where the smell comes from for the syrup. So the robber bees they follow the scent. They're trying to get in there. That's probably one right there. The bees in the hive have learned they can come up to the top and come out here, and that's where the hive bees go in and out. Robber bees can't get in, so they eventually give up and go away. Alrighty, well that's it. That's our inspection for today. Bye.